Alright, we're back. I'm Strategic Sully, and I'm here to bring you all your tips, your tricks, your strategies you need to dominate at mobile gaming. With that being said, let's get into some Clash Royale on the main account, Sully Man, and I want to show you guys what has been happening on this account for me in life. So, we are at an all-time high of 3618. It is insane in the brain. I am so stoked to be this high up in the trophy count. But I did tweak my deck from the last video. I took out the miner and put in the poison. This deck has been killing it for me all freaking day long. It's insane and I love it. Since I've changed it, I've had even more success with it. We've had a few losses, but of course that comes with the game. I want to get into some replays with you guys because I feel like you need to see how powerful this deck truly is, especially before the update hits, which is going to reduce the damage of the giant by 5%. That's really the only thing that's going to be affecting this deck, so we'll see how it happens. I don't see it being any less powerful, this deck, but other update changes, I think the rage spell to 2's interesting. I feel like that's going to be needed to be countered often. Even with the hog, I feel is going to be benefiting the most from that. Lumberjack obviously goes with the rage spell. The mirror, I don't like it. I don't like the mirror because level 14 goblins now only die to a mirrored zap that's at max level. So that obviously doesn't affect me or probably some of you guys, but the goblin barrel is going to be very annoying now. Lightning stuns target for 5 seconds. Okay, sure. Go ahead. Stun him. Can we have the 1 second back on the zap? That'd be really nice. The log knocking back all ground troops. You're telling me a twig can push back a golem? Supercell, you need to stop taking whatever you've been taking and take a breath, because that must mean you guys are tripping if you think a log is knocking a twig is knocking back a freaking golem. Okay, ridiculous. Bomber decrease in damage. I love it. That's fine with me. So let's get into some fun replays. I feel like it's going to be a whole boatload of freaking fun. This really showcases this deck and how powerful the Inferno Tower is. I was like not shocked but possibly stunned by how powerful the Inferno Tower was on my giant. I know it's obviously a really good card, but I wasn't ready for that. And I was also not ready for those freaking minions to do 1700 damage to my tower. What the frig is that? Oh my god. I love this combo right here, the giant Ice Wizard Musketeer. It is filthy. I've showed it to you guys before in other decks. I love that combo. It's insane. The poison I needed to that was his poison actually, not my poison. But I got the mini P.E.K.K.A getting one swing off on the tower. Let's crank it into 2 times speed because that's where it gets really intense. The furnace is key. I love the furnace. Problems that come with the furnace: you have to keep it within 2 levels of the opponent's king tower. So my furnace is 8. That means that my fire spirits are not going to get one-shotted, and the second one is always going to get to the tower and do the damage that it does. I think it's like 186 it is. 1 fire spirit does, which is an insane amount of damage, especially if it just keeps doing it and doing it one at a time. Now, if, say I have a level 7 furnace and I'm going against a 10, both my fire spirits are going to get one-shotted, so you really need to keep that in mind when battling, because I go against some 11s and 12s, and the furnace needs to be played a whole different kind of way if your fire spirits are not hitting the tower. There's that Inferno Tower staring me down the left lane. I'm going to drop the giant to the right and start another push right there. So if you guys use the furnace and you come into that predicament where, say, your furnace is 7 and you're going against a 10, you have to now use the furnace behind a push, or wait until you get 2 furnaces down and keep them in sync where they spew the fire spirits out at the same time, and then some will get to the tower. Not all of them, but some of them, which is better than none of them. Let's get into another one. Alright, so this is another replay that I wanted to get into with you guys. I want to show you that problem that I was talking about with the furnace. I'm going against a level 12. My furnace is only 8, so it is definitely not going to work in the way I usually play the furnace, so I had to play it a different type of way during this game. Obviously, him being a level 12, I could realize that this was going to be an uphill battle from the very beginning of it. So Mr. Niggles from Python is definitely in for a show, because this gets intense. I could not believe the way it turned out. But, you know, never make the excuse of, you know, you got out leveled. You know, sometimes that does happen, but never give up on the fight. You know, some people might come into this match and be like, oh my god, I'm not even going to play, or I'm going to leave the screen. Don't do that, because you never know what could happen. You never know what can happen, and you never know how powerful you can actually play until you are truly tested at that spot. There's that rage spell. His is 3 elixir. If that was 2 elixir, that would have been even more crazy, especially if he would have had a zap keyed up as well. He's got a minion horde. I'm going to have to poison it, hopefully just to keep my giant alive. Unfortunately, the giant could not survive that, so I got 1,400 health left on my left arena tower. He's got 3,096 left on his left. That's more than either of my towers even started with before they got hit. So now I got a musketeer on the back, and we gotta build up for a push. He's sitting on elixir. I'd never recommend you do that. He's just wasted so much elixir, thankfully for me, but not thankfully for him. So I put the furnace in front now, because it can shoot the fire spirits out. They'll get to the tower a little bit faster now that the giant's in front and that they have less distance to travel, but now it can also become a barrier for the hog rider. So now I have an ice wizard in the back moving towards the furnace and the mini P.E.K.K.A. with the guards. He's got his level 4 miner in. Freaking insane. I wish my miner was level 4. I'm going to drop another furnace in front, which is crazy madness, because now I know he can't get to my tower with the hog rider, and he knows that as well. He fireballs that freaking musketeer. Unfortunately, only got 1 shot off on the furnace, not the arena tower. Now I have 4 fire spirits moving in, and now I have the giant coming down with the ice wizard, with the musketeer. I need to freaking defend. He drops a hog all the way in the back with the lumberjack. I drop the mini P.E.K.K.A. and the guards. Now I have a full health giant, ice wizard, musketeer to the left. He thought he could take my right tower, but unfortunately for Mr. Niggles, he could not handle the heat, and my giant poison musketeer ice wizard combo destroyed his left tower. I threw a couple of wows, good games. He threw a well played. That was intense. He's a level 12, I'm a level 10, and I beat him barely into overtime as well. Let's get into another one. So this is the last one that I want to show you guys. I wish I would have got it on recording a match I had earlier against a bowler deck, but unfortunately I've played so much that the replay is unavailable at the moment, and it is forever gone. But I wanted to show you guys this one because I'm going against Sparky, and I feel like a lot of people have a problem with Sparky when he's really not that too hard to counter if you play it right. Totally, you can mess up how to counter Sparky, and it can come back and obliterate you in the face. But if played properly, Sparky is a lot easier to deal with than people think. I zapped him and then threw the guards behind him so that he had no chance of getting a shot off on my tower. My ice wizard and musketeer are still full health. My furnace did serious work to that push, and I was able to stop it. So now we're moving in. We have the giant, we have the musketeer, we have the ice wizard, and another filthy freaking combo. You guys know I love this combination. They were able to take the tower down, and I still have like 3/4 health on my giant, which is insane. Got a musketeer working on the king tower. Now I got a furnace coming down the right to just deal some extra damage to that right king tower with my musketeer. He's got an ice wizard coming down I am not worried about. I'm going to drop my own ice wizard to deal with his, and that will also in turn affect the minions and help deal with those. Now he's got 930 left on his right tower. We're going to crank it into 2 times speed. 2 times speed. Whoa there, Sully. 7, 6, 5. The ice wizard is doing massive amounts of damage. The fire spirits, the giant getting that last punch off. Sparky was never able to hit my tower, and that's how you guys have to play it. You can make it so that Sparky never hits your tower. Now, mind you this, even if you do counter Sparky good, if he's got a little bit of health, if they double Sparky you, it is tough to do that because of the fact they're probably going to hit back to back, not in sync, which is very tough to deal with. I dropped the furnace in front to distract that giant. Now I got 2 ice wizards and a mini P.E.K.K.A coming in with the furnace. Play the furnace on defense if you have to. It's a great card. It's got a lot of HP. It's going to be helpful in anything that you do. Let's get back to it. So, like I said, guys, this is the deck that I've been rocking. It got me to an all-time high of 3618. I want to get to 3700, get into full attack, and then progress up to 4,000 trophies because I feel as a level 10, I belong up there. But before I sign off, guys, don't forget, just a few short days away from my 3-month on YouTube. So I'm going to be giving away $50 to $100, somewhere in between there, of gift cards, and I also want to host a big tournament for you guys. So make sure you share this with all your friends, your family, your enemies, anybody that you know that exists, to bring in more subscribers, because the more subscribers I get by that day, the bigger the giveaway is going to be and the bigger the tournament's going to be that I'm going to host for you guys. All that information is going to be on that day. That's the 23rd. Make sure to mark your calendars. Make sure you turn the notifications on for my videos. Follow me on Twitter at strategic_Sully. And with that being said, thank you for watching. Subscribe down below, and I'll catch you all in the next episode.